Hey everybody, it is LSID932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. I figure we have a little fun. Everybody's saying Love is Blind Minnesota is boring. So we're going to do this recap in a veil. I'm already married. I've worn a veil before, so this is not me just playing dress up, okay? So let's get to the weddings because y'all, I don't have much high hopes. I came into this not having much high hopes. Y'all have heard the recaps before. Now we got to figure out exactly what happened. At least it's just one episode, okay? It's just one episode. So let's get into it. And while I'm starting, hit that like, hit that share, and subscribe to the channel. Because we have a lot more on this channel than Love is Blind, okay? So we start off with Sarah and Ben. Remember, we left the altar. We left the last episode with Sarah having to decide that she want to be with Ben. She said she wants a partner on the same wavelength, so she can't. She still loves him and cares for him. Okay? Ouch. So Sarah's a no. I think it's safe to say she's a no. I think it's safe to say Ben would have been a yes. He does want to stay and grow a relationship if she will let him. Sarah's like, yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it. Sarah, that was a burn. The man is standing there. You just said no at the altar. And I understand you don't want to rush into anything, but to say we'll see and talk about it, that's a no, Ben, in case you were wondering. So the song they play is Can You Feel My Heart Beat? More like Can You Feel My Heart Break? She said she was fine, but sad. She telling everybody, I'm fine, I'm fine. She does love him. He is everything. She feels numb and sad. In the car with her is her mom and her sister. She says she hopes she made the right decision. The mom had asked, was it too soon? She's like, I knew the time frame when I came in. So she does list their issues. They're not aligned in the Black Lives Matter campaign, in the rights of people who are LGBTQ plus. You know, even we didn't hear about this, but even vaccination policies, they're not on the same wavelength. She said, but there was no curiosity on his part. He wasn't curious to know what her stance was and why she had this stance. So I can see that, Sarah. Even if he didn't have a solid footing on some things, it will be great if Ben was like, well, what do you think? What are your views and how did you come about that? I'm kind of like with Sarah in this instance. Even if you don't know a topic, show some interest in it. So Ben stays and he talks with his friends. They all thought they were on the same page, meaning Ben and Sarah, but said no one is aligned perfectly, but they thought it could work. Okay, I can see that, but Ben, he said he did his best. He was himself. The friends pray with him, pray for him, and for Sarah. I thought that was a beautiful moment. Him and his two pals, they like do it like an open hug and they pray together. Beautiful moment. Sarah says she won't talk about dating in her dress, so sorry, Ben. You got to catch her when she out of that wedding dress. But she does not want to keep up a cycle of hoping things will work when they are not going to fit. I guess that's a no again, Ben. Sarah, you keep making me bounce between a yes and a no. Okay? But Monica and Joey's wedding. Again, Love is Blind. Can you please look at the international versions? Please let the tux, let the dress be on display in the room. I'm getting tired of these people carrying their own bags. But that's just my preference. So Monica's sister tells us, I'm going to do Monica, then Joey. They go back and forth. Monica's sister said, you were always a lone wolf. Monica says it's hard to trust Joey's words because of a lack of emotion. And I could see that while some people may say Joey's always laughing, happy-go-lucky, there's emotional depth there only when he's very serious, and it seems like jokey or serious. We didn't see in between. She says she, her grandma, and her mom think low of things so that they're surprised when they turn good. And most of the family and most of the people around them think the same way. Joey says that's exhausting. He's just going to be happy-go-lucky the whole time. He is not going to wait for it to be good. So the sister questions if Monica can really read people, because back in high school, Monica's like, girl, let's not bring up back in high school. We're here now. We're grown. So she says, I'm stronger. I'm smarter than you think I am. She is holding back because she's not sure he's 100%. Monica says they have not put an emphasis on the physical. He's not touchy-feely. Girl, you done told the man about the spider webs on the jeans. I wouldn't be touchy-feely either. If you want to know about the spider web in the jeans, you're going to have to catch the recaps. Her mom arrives, puts her veil on. Mom says, concentrate on him. Don't look at anyone else. I said, Mom, that's not just for today. I love that as advice for tomorrow for that marriage. Focus on him. Focus on your person, not on everybody else. I like that, Mom. Joey, he brought his longboard, his skateboard, and he just rode into the suite with it, and then he put it on the couch. This thing was just rolling on the side of the street while we putting it on the couch, Joey. We were just talking about not doing the laundry on the floor. Now I understand why Joey doesn't even want to fold the laundry on the couch. Is because he puts his skateboard on the couch. So they throw a football around to relax. Joey says the core values were, there. His friend says he always puts other people before himself. And we thought about that about Joey, but it's nice to hear his friends say that as well. So Joey, balance. He says his sister was not welcoming. She gave her blessing, but not her support. So they're all wearing Hawaiian shirts, y'all. So they're going to wear their suits, but Hawaiian shirts. This is so Joey. I appreciate him having a piece of himself. It would not have bothered me. That is him, the groom. That is how he wishes to present. That is his usual aesthetic. I would have had no problem. I know quite a few people that would have had a problem. So his friend says Monica is down to clown, meaning she is a fun gal. Whenever they go out, karaoke, she has her song ready. She blends in with the group. She fits in. The friends are hyped about this wedding. His mom and two sisters arrive. He says, live, love, never regret. He learned that from his sister who passed away. Apparently, we learned too she was nonverbal. During the wedding, he has a chair there for his sister who's not with them physically. So mom says she's scared. They do love Monica. She says when the house broke down, Joey was the rock. And I was like, Mom, it seems like Joey couldn't help but be the rock. Was Joey allowed to still be a child or still be young at heart? Because it seemed like you leaned everything onto Joey. Oh. So his dad and stepmom came. Now remember, y'all, we didn't see the meet and greet with Monica and his family. So we're seeing everything. Everybody's saying, oh, Monica is great. We ain't seeing that y'all think Monica is great. But I digress. So Dad said this is a life-altering decision. So take a pause to realize and, take this moment. Y'all, the dad is so stoic. Now I understand why Joey is so lively. Mom says everything has fallen down. Joey is the rock. So Joey has to be the pillar. Dad is stoic. So Joey, in finding not being crushed between the two, I feel like Joey has to be jovial and find happiness out of every moment because he doesn't know when the next moment where they're going to lean on him is going to come from. I totally understand Joey now, watching his parents, watching his step-parent, and I'm like, Joey, I understand why they're overly happy. So, Joey does say it's hard opening up and being vulnerable, but that's what you have to do in a relationship. I tell you, Dad is so structured. This is why Joey is so open. Joey said he'll wait till the moment and then he will do what feels right. The song they play is We Found Something. So at the ceremony, Joey rides in on the longboard. Dude, could we leave it aside? I forgave the Hawaiian shirt, but daggone it, did we have to did we have to use the skateboard up the aisle? Monica is freaking out. She says she's freaking out when she meets her parents at the door. She says, I don't know right now. This is her response to, they say their vows. The person asks, what are we doing? Monica says, I don't know right now. This is amazing. You are amazing, and I love you. Joey agrees. He says he is not 100% too. They do hug. Joey then addresses the crowd. He said, let's cherish this moment. We'll never have a moment like this before. We've never done this before. They walk out together. Yo, this is the most cordial breakup at the altar I have seen in a while. I know we've had one before, but they don't come to mind. Don't matter right now. The song they play is I Can't Make You Love Me. That's one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs. So Joey says Monica said I love you the first time at the altar there. Daggone it. Joey, would that have made a difference? It sounded like it. He said I didn't know she loved me. That was the first time she said it at the altar. Daggone it. Y'all, everybody will be readdressed in their closing remarks at the end. Virginia and Devin. Virginia says she feels his love. She feels secure in the relationship. Fortunate to have his love. Her mom and friends arrived. The one thing is mom did not respect her boundaries. She's like, don't kiss me. I'm getting my makeup. And mom is like, you my baby. I'm going to kiss you. I understand, mama, but she don't want the kiss to mess up her makeup. Devin's mom comes, sister and the sister's daughter. The two moms talk. It was very wonderful. The two moms picked the same color dress, y'all. Okay. Her dad comes with her stepmom. Dad says he has a positive impression of Devin. It turns out her aunt is the officiant. And the aunt tells her, follow her instincts. She has made great decisions so far. So just follow her instincts. It has not led her astray. Devin says, in Devin's section now, she's loving, beautiful. He's ready to spend the rest of his life with her. His friends and dad show up. His brother-in-law asks about, have you had arguments? Devin's like, no, we've just had tough conversations. Is that what we call arguments? We've never seen them argue, though, but we can call arguments tough conversations. Dad said you've got to put in the work to have a good marriage. Great advice, Dad. Really like that advice. Devin says he can't wait to marry her. His mother, sister, and sister's daughter arrive, which is his niece. They said they met up with Virginia and her family. They feel very confident. But Devin calls his sister a drill sergeant. I wonder if that's because he is the younger sibling. Was she the drill sergeant when they were kids? Let me find out. They have a ceremony. Devin walks in with his mom. Virginia walks in with her dad. They have the vows. They ask Devin first. Devin says, I do. Y'all, this is the first. Let me pause it. Devin says, I do. Y'all, this is the first I do we have this evening. we didn't have 2 weddings. This is the first I do. Virginia says, I'm just not ready. Y'all, Devin sobs. Devin starts crying right away. He sobs. He hugs his mom. Then his dad comes and joins that hug. He leaves in the car with his mom. His mom says, how can it be fast when this is the experiment? So I understand, Mom, what you're saying, because you do sign up for getting married after a certain period of time. But since you don't know the person, maybe too soon for you to marry this person. So, Mom, I'm be respectful, but I agree with you that the timeline shouldn't be a surprise. But maybe it's just too fast with this person. So Virginia cries in the car. She apologizes. They're like, nothing to apologize for. And true, nothing to apologize for. She said she wanted to protect him. She said there were depths to the conversations they had, but the depths they still had not reached, even in the physical relationship. She says it's not a deal breaker, but just how the conversations were handled. Now that I understand, kind of like what Sarah was saying. Virginia's like, it's not about what was said, it's that we didn't get deep. And even when we didn't get deep, how the conversation was handled. She said she didn't have peace after those conversations. So, a good reason to say no, Virginia. Said she also said someone gave them a check for a wedding gift and he never mentioned it. So she doesn't feel like she could trust him. Ooh, what would you do in this instance, like Virginia? The song is I Will Do It All Over. Taylor and Daniel. Oh, y'all, we are 0 for 3. Taylor and Daniel. I have high hopes for this couple. Taylor says she's marrying the best human she's ever met. She would not have learned about his inner person if they had met outside. So Taylor's mom delivers a letter to her from Daniel. Her dad arrives, he hugs her and cries. They all didn't think her dad would be there for her wedding because the dad had health scare. Taylor says she's not nervous but excited and so happy and feels so lucky to have both her parents there. Daniel says he wants to do the right thing for the both of them. She did write him a letter, which was delivered by his mom. No, his dad. We find out they did wait until marriage. They are waiting until marriage, but they said it's not intentional, but it felt right. His dad talks about how he prayed for Daniel. He talks about the sister being born blind with a disability and how that totally changed her perspective. So when Daniel was coming around, their other child, you pray for 9 months and you hope, and then you have to be on pins and needles. And he said when Daniel's test results came back normal, he just went, he didn't talk to anyone. He just went home, prayed, sigh of relief, and just crashed out asleep. He was just emotionally spent. So that's why the dad said he prayed for and about Daniel. We have the ceremony. Daniel's sister plays the piano and sings while they enter. Y'all, it was so moving. I forgot to write down what the song was. Y'all, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I recognize it, but I'm like, right now, So they have beautiful vows. I'm not going over the vows, but it's words that they have said before lovingly to each other. Even the guests were crying at the end of Taylor's vows. They asked Taylor, is love blind? Will you take Daniel? Taylor says, I do. They asked Daniel, will you take Taylor? He says, I do. We finally have a husband and wife. Thank you. Love is blind. Thank you. So the song they play is Change Your Mind, because we're getting to like the ending of it. Joey says he needs more time. There's no anticipation of a future with Monica. He did not come here just to date. Monica says she wanted to be married. She doesn't know where they will go from here. Ben says he fell in love and is still in love with Sarah, but he does believe love is blind. Sarah says she cannot date someone for their potential because they may not reach their potential. Sarah, give it. Give it, Sarah. May not reach their potential. It may not be your journey to be with them on their way to potential. Devin, he does not think that he can do things differently or that he would do things differently. He does care and still love Virginia. Virginia says she has put herself first today. And that is not usual for her in relationships. Really quiet clap. Awesome, Virginia. Awesome. Let me give you some snaps. Putting yourself first. Put your needs first. So your decision was correct because it was for you. Y'all, we end with Taylor and Daniel saying that they plan to, consummate the marriage. The consummation mission is whatever. But congratulations, Daniel and Taylor. We have Mr. and Mrs. Hastings. Wish you all the best. Thank you for bringing us along on this journey on Love is Blind. Though it is not the spiciest season, I think we could breathe a sigh of relief that we had one good couple. I hope y'all are still together at the reunion. I didn't see y'all in the previews, so I'm hoping y'all are still together. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.